Hello and welcome to Anglo Siam Legal. My name is John, I'm a practicing British and international lawyer and I'm the Client Affairs Manager here at the firm. I'm backed up by in-house Thai lawyers, barristers, consultants and accountants for all of your legal needs. Today we're going to be discussing again UK visas for, on this event, your Thai partner, i.e. your spouse, whether it be wife, husband, etc. It's a very important topic because a lot of people want to resettle in the UK. Whilst a lot of expats want to come here and live with their spouses and partners here in Thailand, for many people it's just not possible because of the lack of income, the lack of jobs, etc. So a lot of people do want to have their spouse settle in the UK. But it is becoming increasingly financially difficult and documentarily difficult. So, if you're watching this, you're probably thinking, I want to settle in the UK with my spouse. Where do we start? How do we do it? If you've looked at the UK immigration rules recently, you know that this dream involves climbing a very steep financial hurdle. As of now, 2026, the minimum income threshold for new spouse visas is £29,000 per year. It used to be the national minimum wage of about $18,500. So this big increase, which has been staged over the past couple of years, is fundamentally eliminating some parties from being able to bring their spouse to the UK. Those parties may be on lower incomes, minimum wage, part-time jobs. Essentially, this new threshold is going to deny the possibility of bringing that spouse to the UK. But hitting the number isn't enough. You have to prove it in a very specific way. We call this pacing the application. For example, if you're employed, you will generally need to have, with your current employer, at least 6 months of pay slips before we can hit the submit button. If your income is from self-employment, we often need to look at a full 12 months of financial records, accounting and bank statements. So, key things for the financial requirements: $29,000 per year, minimum of 6 months pay statements and bank statements to prove that income if you're employed, and usually 12 months or more in certain cases if you're self-employed. We also need a letter from your current employer where you're employed. Timelines, now these vary. Usually from the point of submission, it's 12 weeks. That's 12 working weeks. So it's 3 months of waiting, it's 3 months of anxiety for both you and your spouse. There is a priority service which we can provide. It is an extra charge to the UK government, but that's a 30 working day service. So it cuts it down essentially by 2 months. However, speed means nothing if the application is weak. And this is where a lot of people fall into problems and issues. One wrong document, the lack of a document, the lack of supporting evidence can essentially destroy and have a refusal for any application. Where we come in, well, that's quite easy. Unlike a lot of agents and legal firms within Thailand that operate here, they don't have the UK-Thai connection. They're Thai-based, so they don't know the up-to-date UK rules, or they're UK-based and they don't know the requirements for the Thais, etc. We bridge that gap at Anglo Siam Legal. As an alternative business solution provider, we have selected partners and firms and indeed dedicated immigration directors for our firm in the UK. The UK lawyers, such as myself and our counterparts in the UK, will deal with the sponsor. That's you, the UK applicant. We'll guide you through the process, have meetings with you in person or online, and advise you every step of the way. However, our in-house Thai lawyers here will help the applicant. That's your Thai spouse. Not just with paperwork, translations, documentation, etc. But some of our team have also been through the system themselves and have lived and worked in the UK. So they're very adept at recognising the cross-cultural challenges as well as the paperwork side. For peace of mind, all of our UK immigration and visas are fully regulated by the Solicitors Regulation Authority in the UK. That's the SRA. That is huge oversight. And again, I would probably say we're one of the only or very few providers within Thailand that has that regulation within the UK. Many agents will try and rush things through because they want the money, they want the work, etc. Our dedicated UK Immigration Director will have meetings with you and advise you on the merits of the application. If he thinks the application isn't ready or there's documents missing, he'll tell you not to apply. Or will say, let's wait, let's work on it until the time is right. Remember, a refusal for, let's say, your Thai wife coming to the UK is a huge hurdle to overcome for future appeals or future applications. It lets them down. It lets you down. Get this right. Do it right from the start. So for all of your UK visa needs, including your spouse visa, your fiancé visa, which allows you to get married in the UK, and indeed UK visitor visas, or commonly known as holiday visas, we are here at Anglo Legal to assist. Our dedicated cross-country, cross-border team are here to provide advice and assistance to the sponsor and the applicant every step of the way. For all of your UK immigration needs, drop us a line, info@anglosoundlegal.com. Thanks for watching.